this is Kim with Fatty Patty Scrappers and my daughter Mia. Here is my submission for the SaCrafter's Facebook group challenge, and it is her wooden 5-drawer dresser. Let me start off by telling you that of course I put it together with Alien's tacky glue, and I really like the wood glue, but they were out of the Alien's tacky glue at my Hobby Lobby, and I just didn't have time to go to Michael's because I was already at Hobby Lobby trying to pick up something else. And so anyway, I just went ahead and went with that. And sometimes actually it's easier for me to use that because I'm still new at putting these together, and the glue takes a little longer to dry, so that way if I make a mistake I can change it out without having any issues. And so the second thing I did was I painted it, of course. And normally I would gesso this first, but I decided since I'm using the color red, sometimes if you gesso something and you paint red on top of it, of course the gesso is white, it'll show up like pink, and then you have to do like 2 or 3 or 4 layers before you get the official red that you want. And so I decided, you know, just to not do that and just go ahead and paint it straight out. And I used this Apple Barrel Gloss Real Red. And then for the little side portion and inside the drawers, I used this Winsor Newton Galleria acrylic paint, and it was olive green. Of course this one says it's Naples yellow. I did not use that at all in this project, but I can't seem to find my my little tube of the green olive, so I just wanted to use that for an example to show you. The next thing I did was I picked out my papers, and I decided to go with die cuts with a view, the Mariposa stack. And they have the most beautiful papers. I'm telling you, this stack is just gorgeous. It's very decorative, very springy oriented, summery looking too, and all the pages are really quite thick, so it's a good stock card paper. And I like the fact that most of them already had glitter and were pretty ornamental, so that was very nice. So after that, of course, I cut them to the measurements that I wanted. I knew that I kind of wanted like a 1/8 inch border so that you could see the red paint through that. The next step was after cutting it, I measured to the middle, and I used a hole punch, but this one was sort of like this doily decorative. I don't know the real name for it, but anyway, so I used that. And then for my little designs here, I just love chicken wire. So I used Paper Accents 1/2 inch gauge wire mesh, and it's 12 by 12. So that was that. These 4 little butterflies are from Saw's store. These are wooden butterflies, and I painted those again with the olive green color acrylic. Let them dry. Use the Alien's glue again. Dipped them in this Sour Apple Glitter by Martha Stewart, and then let them dry again, and then I used this Ink Essentials Glossy Accents. I believe that is a Tim Holtz brand. This is my first time ever using this stuff before, and so I really wasn't sure which product to buy. I did like this one, although I did notice that, I don't know if this happens with all of them, but I did notice that a lot of them, well this one in particular, excuse me, had bubbles, so I would have to come back before it dried and pop all the little bubbles out. But I think next time I might try a new one after this bottle is gone. After that, I got some reindeer grass, or reindeer moss, from the Dollar Tree store. Saw had told me that she had got some, I guess, Spanish moss and some other kind of little floral stuff from there. And, you know, hey, it's $1, so why not? So I went up there and got some too. Then I used these, the flowers are by Recollections. And I don't really use the stickers on the back because the stickers never really seem to stick. So, of course, you know, I use a glue gun. For this flower here, it had a real kind of, I don't know, rough type of look on it to me. Kind of like felt almost. Well, not that felt is rough, but I just didn't like the texture. Anyway, I used this Anita's Metallic to give it some shine and to make it a little bit harder. And the color was Sand Dune. I really like to use that on a lot of the flowers that I paint. The next thing I used was SaCrafter's Wooden Sentiments. And this one says Wander. And then I just used a little pearl that comes from Michael's. They have like a whole sheet of like pearls for $1 in their bins. And then this is SaCrafter's miniature fence. I painted that with Folk Arts Lemonade acrylic paint. And then this is SaCrafter's miniature wooden dress form, and I painted it black. Then I used the Aliens glue again, glittered it, and then used the glossy accents again. Oh, and I forgot to mention what I painted the Wander. The Wander was painted with Anita's hot pink acrylic paint. Oh, I forgot to mention too that on the papers I did distress ink them with Tim Holtz's Distress Stain, and this color is Spun Sugar. I totally love this color. It's just a real light pinky color, and it just came out real pretty on this paper. I just, you know, it was real pretty. So turning it to the side, I used Deco Arts Dimensional Effects. This is my first time ever texturing anything before, and so I bought this. It's to me it wasn't the same as you know, buying the artist type of texture, matte medium, whatever they call it, texture medium. Anyway, I thought it was kind of thin, and so but I used it. And then, of course, I let it dry, and I painted on top of it with several different of Anita's acrylic colors. And it came out really super, like, fluorescent, bright looking when it was off, you know, off this paper. So I decided to go ahead and use the metallic Sand Dune paint over it to kind of smooth it out, you know, to tone the colors down. It just was too bright. And then I used a brush with the with the glossy accents, and did a real light coat of that once that dried. On the back, I really didn't do much to it because this paper was already so ornamental and beautiful. I decided to keep it as is. And on this side of the dresser, I again did another texture butterfly, and this time I used Perfect Pearls Antique Gold, and there was a mossy green, so I kind of mixed those two together. I let them dry, and then I used another light coat of the glossy accents. And I forgot to mention, did I mention this already? Oh, I forgot to mention this. This little charm I got from Michael's. I can't remember the name brand, but it came with 3 of them, and they were on clearance. And I thought they were really cute, so I decided to add that in there. And all I did was drill a little hole. And since I decided to keep this dresser for myself, I loved it so much. I'm using it to hold all my little sentiments and wooden accents from Saw. And so I knew that since it was just for me, I used a piece of thin gauge wire, and of course hooked the little thing on, and then I used just like a little pinch of hot glue and pressed it down, and so now if it had been something I was going to send off to somebody, I would have done that differently, but since it's just for me, it wasn't a big deal. Oops. But anyway, this is my submission. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you like it, and have a great day, y'all. Bye.